Oh, all right, well, let's get this thing rolling, yo. And we about to rock and roll. Y'all know how we do. Let's go ahead and get this intro kicked off. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Strategically Reckless Podcast. I am your host, Jay Brown, aka Mr. 710, and we are back up in this thing once again. I want to thank everybody that's going to be listening via iHeartRadio, Spotify, Alexa. You can tell Alexa to play the Strategically Reckless Podcast, and you're going to get me. Also, I want to thank everybody that's watching via Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or Instagram Live. Thank you. We got a good one for you today. I'm sorry I missed last week. But I'm here today. And listen, we don't talk about since last week. We also gonna talk about teachers fighting, as well as we gonna talk about two wolves today. Yeah, it's already with the nonsense. Two wolves has made the show, and got some other stuff on there. Listen, this Isley Brothers surprise. So one day, about a month ago, we found out that the Isley Brothers are gonna be in town and Tower Power. We had this idea, my wife and I had this idea to surprise her mom with tickets to go see the Isley Brothers. Now, my wife also knew that my mother-in-law enjoyed Tower Power. So we had tickets for Isley Brothers and Tower Power. Now, here's the crazy part. Tower Power canceled for whatever reason. They canceled the show, which that was like a secondary surprise, but not really the number one surprise. Y'all know the Isley Brothers was the number one surprise. And you know, they say, you know, I will say, people say you don't want to meet your heroes. And while I won't say that Ron Isley is a hero, he has made some damn good music over the years. And I applaud that man for still wanting to be out here on tour, doing stuff. Well, let me tell you, we got there, and so we had kept it a surprise. We kept the Isley Brothers a surprise, and my wife had gotten real close to spilling the beans. I know who not to get a secret to. There's a secret recipe. I can't give it to her. She'll talk all the way around it until you guess it. Then they'll be like, damn, you got it up out of me. Got it up out of me. I can't believe, man, you so smart. She tried to spill the beans a couple times. But then, so we get there. Like, we trying to drive around. They had zero signage that says the Isley Brothers are performing. And so we had drove around trying to find a park. We got the little scooter out. We done walked past a couple people with t-shirts on that says Isley Brothers 2023 and this and that. And you know, it was a really nice day out. So she was just riding a motor scooter, listening to the music and just vibing out to the music. She knew she was there to see somebody. She still had no clue. I know she had to have seen a couple of those Isley Brothers shirts. And like, if you see one in a place, all right, that's the person that liked the Isley Brothers. They had that shirt on. But once it started to get to be about 3 or 4, Either all y'all coming from the same place, or this dude is gonna be somewhere around. We get to our seats, and they're playing. Now they started to, before the opening act, they had to, give credit to everybody in Stockbridge. I mean, it was a nice setup, and beautiful day out. It was supposed to rain, didn't rain. They introduced all the people, and then they said, all right, so before we bring up After 7, and who you all came to see, the Isley brothers. My mother-in-law looked up like, did they say Isley brothers? Are y'all for real? Hey. When you hit somebody with a real good surprise, that was a really, really good surprise. I know she was having a ball. She was having a ball. I was having a ball. My wife was having a ball. Everybody in there was having a ball. After 7 did their thing. I want to give them credit. They did their thing. They were really impressive. I would actually go see them again if they were opening up for somebody else. Like that, they put on a really good show with all the 80s dance moves. All you have to be in shape. Otherwise, they would have been Kevon Edmonds and 2 Bobby Browns. They would have walked off if they wasn't in shape. You had to be in shape. If all you do was in shape. But they got done, and the Isley brothers came out, and I was like, oh yeah, here we go. All the hits, Footsteps in the Dark, I was ready for. Between the Sheets, ready for. Voyage to Atlantis, ready for. I'm talking about Contagious, ready for. Was gonna hear Ron Isley get after it. Oh gosh, Ron Isley didn't have it. Not that day. He didn't have it while he was standing up. But when he sat down, he got an energy boost. Now here's the problem: like he was singing, he started standing up, and then he turned around from the crowd and was holding on to the banister. I thought it was over for old Ron. I was like, oh shit, y'all done. How old is he again? And he was like, he's 82. Damn. Hey, 82? Hey man, bro, need to chill. Like, I get liking to do this. I understand if they were to say there's no other feeling than to have 500 people, 2,000 people sing your songs to you. I can understand that. I can understand that. I've made 200 people laugh at one time, and that was a great feeling. But I'm also young. Man, that's 80, 82. Like you, for most people, 82, you old AF. I know you out there. He had his back turned to the crowd, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to be over with." They brought him some water out there and brought him a chair, and after he sat down, he got a power up. He got a boost, and he sang a little bit. Then got excited and stood back up. His voice went away. Nothing was coming out. Hey, Ron, sit back down, man. We want to hear you. Hey, come on, Unc. Sit down, Unc. And when he sat down, the voice came back. He had reversed time 10 years. He still had it. Then he got excited and stood up. Voice went away. I was like, hey, bro, like, at this point, it had become a full-blown, super overly glorified karaoke session with us and the band. Because we didn't need Ron at this point. We had the band. Ron could have just sat there and nobody would have said a word. Because he 82. Ron Isley just sat there and just, said, I got a new one for you. Do you know this one? And they start playing. Nobody is pissed off. I know this. Nobody would be mad. They would just be like, hey, I got to see Ron Isley. Do you know this one? He said that about 4 times. This shit was hilarious. This one's a classic. Do you know this one? I was like, chill, Ron. Just play. Tell Ernie to get it kicked off. Now, I will say, I have heard some guitar people play. I've seen some guitarists get down. I know Ernie Isley got to be old as hell too. And he was playing his ass off. I still need to post this video. I need to post this video of how he closed out the show. He was playing his ass off. He played with his mouth. He played with his hair. It didn't matter. He was getting it. He played the shit out of it. I was happy about that. That one made my night, and it was a surprise for my mother-in-law. But that did it for me. Look, I mentioned a couple weeks ago, right? About how kids have kind of gotten out of hand with their boundary between like adults and them. Like, I feel like a lot of kids, once they get to, if they weren't raised like in an old-fashioned type of way, I feel like for a lot of kids, a lot of these new parents probably wanted to get away from that because they didn't like that separation between, kids and adults. And so now it's a lot of kids that don't understand, like, hey, I'm just like you. And for a lot of adults, we're like, yo, no, we're not friends. Like, I'm an adult. Like, I feel like everybody that's born, like, if you were born in the 80s, maybe early 90s, this is an adult conversation. This is no kids. And it's the kids, they understood, like, hey, that's grown folks talk. I'm not supposed to be in it. That's grown folks talk. And, as you got older, you kind of graduated to being allowed to be part of these conversations, part of this grown folk talk. But it's these kids like now they look at, hey, we the same. You and I know you're a teacher and you're getting paid to be here and I'm supposed to be learning, but we the same. I know you taking care of me and you got my best interest at heart, and I'm not necessarily doing shit for you, but still we the same. Because where I'm from, I can have conversations with the adults. And it's one thing to have some adults talking with kids about kid appropriate stuff. It's another thing to allow these kids to be in grown folks conversation, because now they start feeling like they grown. And I don't know, when I was even in high school, if I had anything if I owned anything that I was able to take to school that my teacher was going to take from me, that would cause me to get pissed off enough to steal on them or swing on them, I don't think I didn't have that, but I also didn't have a phone at that time. We ain't had no phone. We ain't had, like, even if they took that big ass Texas Instruments calculator, I don't think I would go out and haul off and try to steal on the teacher. I didn't care if it was a sub or not. Like, there was gonna be some steps that had to be taken before, like, but I just didn't own nothing that I would steal on a teacher for. Like, we just never really did that. Like, I don't remember hearing about kids fighting teachers, substitutes or not. But this girl swung on the substitute teacher, and that substitute teacher was about that life. Now, I don't know, it was weird. Like, even back when I was younger, when the substitute teachers came, we knew it was going to be an easier day. But we also were incentivized that while our teacher was gone, if we did well while the sub was here, we was going to be a reward. And so we just went ahead and made it easy. That made sense to us. These kids be like, oh, sub here? We had better tear the roof off this mother. Hey, hey, hey. What's the dance that they be doing? Let's make some TikToks with the substitute teacher. Sub ain't trying to be on no TikTok. You can't be on TikTok, put your phone away. Or I'll take it. And I was like, yo, no, you ain't taking my phone. Give me my phone back. Like, we didn't even go on the other side of the teacher's desk. She over there trying to take it back. Come on, man. And then it's also interesting that you see all these other kids pull out their phones and start recording it. Like, they was recording the shit out of that. And I don't know why she got her phone taken, but Buddy had his phone out, and I'm just gonna call it a dude, because the one thing he didn't do, he didn't mess up the assignment. He understood the assignment. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna get this action. But I ain't panning off that ass though. He was looking at that ass. I'm gonna just make sure I get that. I'm gonna get that. And he did not get off the booty. That's the remix. Hey, he kept it on there. But it's weird, like, these new kids are just, they don't care about nothing. They just haul off and swing on the teacher. You can put that at the top of the list of things I never thought to do as a kid. Like, I was put in a bad space. I was at the gym one day and I saw this dude try to fight his dad. And like actually swung on him, like, for real. I didn't know how to take that, because I'm like, yo, you just tried to steal on your pops? Why would you do that? Like, you legit squared up with this man in public. I don't know what y'all relationship is at home, but y'all squared. You swung on him for real. Like, you tried it in that moment. What happened? Like, that actually happened. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, that's family business at that moment, but come on, man. Like, y'all, this shouldn't happen. And unfortunately, you know, it all comes back to parenting, right? Like, you might have 1 out of 100 or whatever that just never had a chance, right? They just never had a chance. They were going to be bad regardless. That's not the norm. But it's a whole lot of these toxic traits that parents pass down to their kids, and then these kids act it out in school. And so you have a kid that's failing, and they might be the worst kid in the class, and you're like, hey, why is this kid failing? Because you're doing his homework, motherfucker. That's why, if I was a teacher, that's why I couldn't be one. Because you can't, like, I only can do so much if I got 30 kids and your one out of this 30 is failing. Then stop doing his or her homework and let her figure it out on her own. That name at the top shouldn't always be erased. But secondly, like, help me help you or your kid. Like, your kid keeps coming back and not doing homework, and I'm sitting at home and I'm trying to call you. Don't go off on me when this dude failed. Because the kids see that. The kid hear you talking about the teacher. You talk about the teacher in front of your kid, and then the kid go back to school like, yeah, my mama said that bitch don't know nothing because I'm getting F's. And they come back with that, like, yeah. Super toxic traits that these kids pass off. One of the toxic traits that got passed to me was, it's gonna sound crazy when I say it, but my mom used to make us lie. She used to make us lie. Well, she used to put us in situations in which back then, you could just haul off and slap and Hot Wheel tracks and all that shit. We didn't get no Hot Wheel tracks. We didn't get frying pans or extension cords. We used to get the shit slapped out of us. And we got whoopings. And so, for us to lie, it was to avoid that. Like, never mind the punishments, because we got punishments too. We got whoopings plus punishments. We didn't just get one. We got whoopings plus punishments. Slap, then later on a whooping. Slap again. Like, it was going to be something. So to lie for us, we felt like, hey, I don't remember a time in which I did something that, if I told the truth, that there was not necessarily a reward, but a lesser punishment. Like, it was always slap punishment, whooping punishment. So we just tried to avoid the whooping, which was the granddaddy of them all. We tried to avoid the whooping. We got the slap. Punishments came a little bit later. But it's like, when it comes to parenting, I allow myself to be lied to. And part of it is I feel like I want to give him a chance to be honest, but then again, he feels like he has a slap or a whooping coming, but he doesn't. We don't touch the kids. There's no slaps. There's no whoopings. Only punishments. Lesser punishments if you don't lie. And it still doesn't. And so I should just say, hey, stop. And my wife told me, don't ask what you're doing, ask why are you doing it. And that makes sense. That makes total sense to me. Total sense. But I don't know. Like, if I ask why and he say, I don't know, that's not the truth. They do be knowing. So I am getting lied to. Anyway, so listen, case in point. One morning after the boy got dressed, brushed his teeth, come downstairs, was only supposed to be putting on deodorant and brushing his hair so we can leave. I stepped from in front of the door and stood in the crack, so you can still see in in the bathroom. He brushes his, or he does it, he puts on his deodorant. He goes to brush his hair. I see him put the deodorant. He goes to brush his hair and doesn't. He grabs something else. All I can see is now he's just standing there, but he's kind of tilted. I can see his elbow bent, and he's holding something up to his face. He has some eye drops in his hand, and he was getting ready to put some eye drops in his perfectly normal, below average eyes. He did not need eye drops. And my toxic trait showed itself in that moment. What are you doing? I'm brushing my hair. Damn. I did it. I asked the wrong question and he lied to me. And now I feel some kind of way about what's going to happen next because he's already lied. Hey man, come up out of there. Don't lie to me. What were you doing? I was brushing my hair. Damn it! I did it again. I made him lie to me twice. And then he offered up one on the way out. You know what, Mr. Jason? I wasn't doing anything in there. Yeah, I'm just give you one just for the road. Just because you made me lie twice, I'm gonna give you a third one for the road. Come on, man. I made him lie to me twice. And then I was pissed off about it. It's super toxic when you say it out loud, but I mean, that type of stuff happens all the time. But what I do know is that kids will not say, Mr. Jason, I did not think you were looking. So I want to put some eye drops in my perfectly normal below average eyes because I did not think you were looking. I would probably say, thank you for being honest. Don't touch it again. Damn, but we had to go and have a conversation about lying. My other toxic trait is that I find too much stuff funny. And if it's really funny, I don't correct it. And I only don't correct it for my own personal entertainment. I have not corrected Jack Bed. I did not tell him that Jack Bed was not a thing. King, queen, fool, twin. I have not told him that Jack Bed is not a thing, but I am trying to do better. And, you know, every morning, if you follow me on Facebook, if you're a friend on Facebook, you see every morning, like I can't post all of it, but he talks and he talks and he talks. And when I say he talks, this boy talks. And he doesn't need me to participate, to move on the conversation. He'll just keep going. It does not matter. He will just keep going. He does not need me. It's solo. A solo act with incongruent lines to this play that he's got going on. And I said, so like on the way to school, he'll be talking some mornings and he'll be in rare form. Mr. Jason, if Oreos have legs, would they jump in milk? Oh, he got his hood on. I must be talking too much. But I got drip on my muscle. My muscles are so cool. Mr. Jason, is Trash Benz and Mercedes Benz made in the same place? Hold on. Let me stop you. What? Yeah, Trash Benz and Mercedes Benz, are they made in the same place? No. Trash bins are made by the garbage company. They made by somebody else. Mercedes-Benz is a car company that makes cars. And other stuff, but not trash bins. Not trash bins. I get it. But nah. Let's not do that one again. I got that. I got it. I understood how he made that connection. What I don't get is this lady that's been on OnlyFans and is a former porn star, I believe, that got 2 wolves. She got 2 wolves, but she said one. Only one of them is for her husband. And the other one is for her career. Come on, man. Come on, man. What? You got 2. You got 1 for me. And you got 1 for everybody else? I don't know about that one. Yo, I'm not somebody. Listen. He cool with it. He cool with it. So if he cool with it, we all cool with it. I mean, and I say we all, but me, I'm cool with it. He cool with it. But if my wife had 2 fully functional wolves like this lady got, I need both. Second one can't be for the game, yo. I'm sorry, they both mine. I'm selfish. I'm selfish in that way. I'm sorry. What? Did he get to choose which one could be for the streets? Because, I mean, most dudes would take the better one. If there was a better one. Like, I don't know. Well, we can't. He had to watch everything. Like, hold on. His pelvic got too close to my wolf. I don't like this. I don't like this. He bounced up against my wolf twice. That ain't right. That ain't right. 2 fully functional wolves. Yo, like, that's crazy because it's people that's born like that they got 2, but only 1 work. The other one is not functional. And I guess what ended up happening was her uterus split in 2, but she has like 2 good ovaries, and she has 2 like on both sides. You got 2 on both wolves. You got 2 ovaries. And baby, what else women got down there? That's on the reproductive side. Yeah, she got 2 uteruses. Is that all? I've never heard it plural, so I'm guessing that's it. 2 uteruses, uteri. She got 2. But yeah, I'm too childish for all that. Girl put out her pants, she got 2 wolves. I'm like, oh my gosh. Christmas. But she said it was bad in the beginning. It was bad in the beginning. She had a complex. And now she's figured out how to monetize 2 wolves. That is crazy. Every picture I see of her and her dude, he looks really happy. That is crazy. What else is crazy is that, speaking of porn and stuff, I feel like people now talk about R. Kelly music in the same way that they talk about porn. It's like people don't want to listen to R. Kelly music out loud in public no more. Like, you get shut. Like, if you play some R. Kelly out loud, people gonna look at you like, what you doing? Like, it's the same as hearing the sound. Like, it can't be. Like, that's not the same. But people look at it in the same way. Like, people don't talk about R. Kelly music out loud in that way no more. Hey, you still listening to R. Kelly? Like, it's a secret. Yeah, Like, every blue moon I might put something on, be one of them days, I had to put something on, get through my day. It's the same way, dude. Hey, I had to put a little porn on so I could get through my day. a little porn on. But people don't talk about it. People be sneaking and listening to it. They listen to it in their car, but they ain't gonna have it turned all the way up. They don't have it turned all the way up. That shit's hilarious to me. Yo, that is crazy. But look, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up off here, yo. I got an evening with the wife. And so we're gonna be kicking off. This short episode was brought to you by the 710 Print Shop. That is www.the710printshop.com. You can get this shirt that I send responsibly. Don't judge me. You get that shirt on the website. Put in promo code TEAM710 at checkout so you can get your little discount. You know what I'm saying? I don't give out a whole lot of them because I work too hard to do so. But when I do, take advantage. Until next time, good people, y'all be safe out in these streets. Just for this schizophrenic weather that we got going on right now, because I don't know what it's going to be. Until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out.